Hello, Gemini. This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at your week ahead starting October 13th, 2025. Gemini, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to the channel. I appreciate you. The deck I am using will be listed in the description box, not reading any reversals. Just going to cleanse the energies here from Dawn Taurus's messages for the week. And we're about to see what is approaching Gemini. What does Gemini have to look forward to this week? Give me all the messages for my twins. All the energy here for Gemini. What's coming up? What's going on? All right, let's cut the deck here and begin your messages, Gemini, and see what is the energy potentially coming up for you. And we're going to start off for you. The very first card is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is a good card to start off with. This is a card of possibly many options here, but most importantly, to pay attention to your intuition this week because it may be important for you because there are, presentation of many options that may come to you, and you always want to pick the best option that's going to resonate for you moving forward. Seven of Cups also, too, is about love and relationships, so you could already be receiving that energy from those people that you are closest to, near and dear. Could be family members, friends, could be romantic partners. Okay, could be, even be co-workers. Yeah. All right, so it could be co-workers. Seven of Cups. All right, but most importantly, just pay attention to your intuition. You have to trust the process of the energy of, what you feel in your gut, the inner voices that you hear, and always making sure that you're going to pick and choose what's going to be best for you moving forward. Up next now, we have the Major Arcana, the Hermit. This is usually regarded as neutral energy for me. This is like taking a step back, just wanting to spend some quality time by yourself. It may be, due to, some sort of form of reflection. It could be anything involving meditation. It could be some soul searching that you may need to have some time alone to think about for whatever reason. You're not going to stay in this period of energy that long. It's just something that's necessary for you to do at the time. Following the Major Arcana, the Hermit, now we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, Three of Pentacles would represent some form of recognition that may be coming to you. The energies are going up on the 13th, so maybe by the 15th. It could be coming from your employer and giving you a small pay raise. Also, it could be some sort of task or project you may have completed outside of your work, whether or not you were in collaboration with others to complete that task. It doesn't make a difference. There's some sort of form of congratulations, thank you, a job well done that you can expect when the Three of Pentacles shows up. Also, you may be introduced to somebody new, and I always talk about there could be something going on with love attraction and workplace affairs with the Three of Pentacles. Following the Three of Pentacles, now we have the Major Arcana, the Death card. Major transformation, major life transformation. Something comes to an end. Something, of course, replaces whatever comes to an end. Now, it doesn't mean physical death. It just means that there's an aspect of something that's going on with you that's coming to an end. Gemini, you have to identify that, and what you do, you put it to an end, and then, that's replaced with something new. The simplest thing that I always assign to the Death card is that you could be just, removing clutter or accumulated clutter that is, gathered in your home, or it could be your office space. Following the Major Arcana, the Death card, now we have the Major Arcana, the Devil. So whenever the Devil shows up here, there's always those it's an indication, usually a strong indication that, there's some talks that need to be had amongst yourselves and bring this energy up to the surface. Now, it could be involving Gemini in terms of what you do, involving bad personal habits, any toxic energies that you have in terms of connections with other people. So it could be toxicity involving people, toxicity involving your work environment. It could be your community. The devil always casts and lures that energy out there. So you want to break the chains and the bonds of whatever he is or she is casting or holding over you. This is something that you're doing in a repetitive unhealthy way. All right. Now it is underneath the Seven of Cups. So it could be that someone feels that they're addicted to someone involving a relationship, or it could be some sort of form of obsession over someone involving a relationship. Could be that, the obsession involves you having to work. And if that's the case, then those Geminis, then you're missing out because there's other areas of your life that are maybe suffering as well because you're so focused on your work. Unrequited love. Addictions, now it could be your addictions, drinking, smoking, gambling, excess when it comes to pornography, or it could be someone else that you know. But there's a struggle here because you happen to know this person and maybe creating some sort of conflicting energies with the relationship that you have with him. But whatever it is, it's a need to have to bring up some, to the surface, have those talks and address either your bad personal habits, your own addictions, or having to, get into some sort of talks with someone that you are connected to and they're doing, they're suffering from all of the devil's energy. Following the major arcana of the devil, now we have the major arcana of the world card here. So opportunities, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 major arcana so far in the spread. The world card just means that there's a chapter, almost similar to the death card, where there's some sort of ending, but this is a chapter of your life that's coming to an end. Maybe because it's underneath that hermit, there's maybe a need for some sort of reflection about what you're going to do. And then also to you're about to begin a new chapter. This is all about opportunities that may be surrounding you again, usually positive opportunities. So, be on the lookout for that. And it also, too, represents relationships of all kinds. Following that, now we have the Nine of Swords, okay? You can see she's out on the ledge. This card always relates to an extreme matter of overthinking, Gemini, okay? Maybe, and then also to, I always talk about, it could be that you feel like you're being pulled in several different directions that may be involving having to make a decision. Typically, this means that you're overthinking too much. You seem to be overwhelmed by some sort of, it could be, some sort of attack. Now, mirrors over here to the devil, so that may have some sort of, substantial link to what's going on here, and casting out the devil's energies that's creating some sort of fears, anxiety, stress, sleepless nights for you. It could be anything involving internal, external, unresolved, unresolved, internal, external energies, whether it's from your current or your distant past. This could be any forms of betrayals and deceit coming in from others towards you. This is usually some sort of pain and suffering that's taking place. And again, maybe someone doesn't even know that you're going through this. You're keeping it all to yourself. Now, I always say that it could be the blockage or barrier for someone else, and maybe that someone who may be incarcerated, then of course it would be their Nine of Swords energy as opposed to yours. Seeking some sort of relief through any means of prescription medications for a high degree of anxiety, depression, possibly non-prescription medication, drinking too much, smoking alcohol. Yeah, smoking alcohol. Oh my gosh. Drinking too much, smoking too many cigarettes. Yeah, it could be involving smoking weed. Again, it mirrors over here to the devil. So again, it could have some sort of close connection as to why it's showing up here. But I am going to throw a clarifier here on this card. Oftentimes with the Nine of Swords, it could be verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. Also, it could be just mental exhaustion. And then again, it sits underneath the Three of Pentacles. There could be some sort of form of separation from work, or maybe there's some sort of retirement taking place. And now with the Nine of Swords, it's not usually a happy retirement or a happy separation. So keep that in mind. So why did the Nine of Swords show up here? Maybe the work that you do is stressing you out. Maybe the people that you work with, could be your boss, the co-workers, all stressing you the hell out, making you, there's oftentimes in environments, working environments especially, there's always that one group of people that you work with, or this one clique that always seems to keep up shit. Always got stuff, going on and stirred up, having the employees pitted against each other. That's what I'm seeing here with the Nine of Swords underneath the Three of Pentacles. All right, but why did the Nine of Swords here show up for Gemini? And of course, it's, the Seven of Swords. This is having to deal with unresolved, conflicting energies from people that you may have already separated your energies from. This is the Seven of Swords that I always talk about, that you distance yourself away from, which could be family members, cut yourself away from, friends. And it also could be, ex-romantic partners that you have already severed some sort of ties with someone that you were linked with romantically. But then what's happening with the Nine of Swords showing up here is that you're still not coming to some sort of conclusions or putting it to rest. And then, of course, going back here to mirror the devil, you're repeating the same energy over and over again. Like you want to break free and want to break loose from this situation. But it keeps drawing, something keeps drawing, the devil keeps drawing you back in, basically. Okay, the devil keeps drawing you back in, repeating something that you know that's not good for you in the long term. And I feel that it's somebody that could be linked to your past, someone that you had already dealt with. So that's what I'm seeing there. All right, so up next here after Seven of Swords is the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles here just represents a younger, mature person. Who's really good at handling money. Now, these people usually work in the money industry, banking, financing, could be the stock markets, whatever, but they're good. Never selfish, never stingy, always willing to help out. They like the finer things in life, but this also too could be for any Gemini that I'm reading for job opportunity coming through or birth of a business idea. Underneath the Death card, there could be the ending of some sort of financial burdens that you may have been suffering. Okay. And now the Page of Pentacles would indicate the fresh start and a new financial beginning. All right. So on top of the major arcana of the devil, we have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands just simply means that a lot of energy is going to be pulled in for you this week, taking care of things. It could be work related. It could be just doing things for yourself, your family, romantic partners. Ten of Wands comes in here to give you that assist to complete those things that are on your plate this week or something that crops up along the way. On top of the World card here for you, Gemini, now we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is definitely about could be a fast approach of a new relationship because the presence of the Knight of Wands would indicate that. Could be romantic, could be platonic. Things are intensifying, things are building up. Usually I always talk about that this could be some sort of connection to you in terms of a family member, friend, could be a romantic partner that's coming through Gemini to assist you or help you out. And as soon as the help is done or achieved, they exit. But again, I'm going back here to say the presence of the Knight of Wands in your spread could indicate of how fast a new relationship takes formation. Business, romantic, platonic. Okay. And being that it's a court card, he can express himself in a sexual manner, which is usually positive. On top of the Nine of Swords here, we got the Five of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this is somebody I'm reading for that's dealing with a relationship that they have either broken away from, and they're still either dealing with this or have not come to some sort of resolve. Sadness and disappointment is indicated here, but again, I always talk about the sadness or disappointment may not be your sadness or disappointment. If you have children, maybe your child, could be your romantic partner, could be someone else in the family, could be a friend. Okay? But I do feel that these three cards alone speaks volumes that someone has dealing with some sort of shaky relationship connected to their past. And they have not come to resolution. And maybe trying to break themselves free from this, but then here it mirrors the devil. It keeps you going back. Even if it's not physically going back, it could be just mentally going back over and over in your mind, which could be, detrimental to you overall. Last card that I have for you, Gemini, on top of the Page of Pentacles, we're going to finish off with the major arcana of the Emperor. So at least you'll be in control this week. The Emperor always represents having to maintain an element of control of your own energies, not into trying to be controlling or manipulative towards others. It does represent leadership, boss mode, authority. So you could be promoted. You could be asked to lead over others. Could be dealing with some court situations this week. Could be working in a court situation. The character here I always talk about, it could be attached to you, Gemini, father figure more or less, but they're over in spirit now and they may have served some sort of time in the military or worked in the court systems themselves, okay? All right, so this is what I have for you this week, Gemini. As always, it's just me interpreting the messages here for you. Take what's going to work for you, leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a safe, great week ahead. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Gemini, and I will talk to you real soon. Ciao.